MLB Network brings you baseball from North Central Texas as we get a look inside Globe Life Park. It's the first game in the month of June between the Kansas City Royals and the Texas Rangers. Major League Baseball on MLB Network coming up right after this. Jason Hamill, a hurler from South Carolina, will be the starting pitcher in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, we're going to get a chance to look at a guy that is a little bit up and down throughout points of his career. A career ERA just over 4. When he's good, he can be really good. And when he's bad, well, let's just say he can be pretty bad at times. But it'll be interesting to see which one we see. He's a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde. Hopefully he's going to be a little bit more Jekyll than Hyde in this one here today.
From the stretch, and afternoon baseball on MLB Network is underway. Fellas, this Rangers ball club, as they begin play, they come in looking to turn things around as they've dropped 2 straight.
Yeah, Matty, in this sport at this level, you have to find a way to be a little bit realistic. You're not going to win every ball game. So they lost last game. Fine. Let's find a way to execute today and get on the winning side.
Fastball swung on and missed, and the leadoff man has gone on strikes to start the afternoon. Chance now for a look at the Royals starting lineup. Hero, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
This team does it a little bit different, Matty. They're not going to drive the ball out of the ballpark. They are dead last in home runs. Usually a bad sign. But they can score in a variety of different ways. They got guys with great approaches, and they try and move and manufacture runs as well as they can. Be on the lookout for the little things today.
Digging in now for Kansas City, Chris Owings. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A ball and no strikes. Shorts and T-shirts, the order of the afternoon. 92 degrees here at first pitch. A 1-0 delivery. Starts to go around, but the home plate umpire says he held up ball 2. Time to check our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Freddie Ferguson.
You know, this is one of the guys behind the dish, Freddie Ferguson, Dan, that the rookies are going to have a tough time with. If you played in the league for a little bit, you understand that he's got his own zone.
You touched on it, D. I think he rewards the veteran players, not only pitchers, but position players. He makes the younger players, he makes them earn their keep.
2-1 the count.
今日は休みでしたっけ、鈴木さんは。
Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Oh, and he misses it.
Batting third, the second baseman,
Whit Merrifield next to hit. And there's a look at his home and road splits so far this year.
ゆっくりと休みました。ああ、そうなんですか。ありがとうございます。
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. In there, 0-1. Runners off for second. That's a strike to throw down. The throw pulls him off the bag.
Well, he's certainly doing his best to get his team out to an early lead. Picks up the single and then decides that's not good enough, so he swipes second to get into scoring position. Now we'll see if the guys can pick him up.
Owings, the runner at second with 1 away. Swing and a liner, and that'll slice just foul at the last moment. Merrifield behind, a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, I think that's a great spot for that pitch. In on the hands, it wasn't a strike, but if he can command the movement, he's going to be very effective in this one.
このゲームは面白いですね。
Count
野
still at
球
1
好
and
き
2.
ならぜひぜひプレイしてもらいたいですね。PS4 は持ってはるんですか？
Now another 1-2. Pop straight up. Odor ranging into shallow right. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning.
16働いて1日だけ休み。結構ハードですね。
The cleanup spot for the Royals. Salvador Perez, runner in scoring position with two gone. He's ready. Here's the first offering. In there, strike one.
スイッチも持ってるんですね。
He's set. The 0-1.
スイッチは全く買ったことないですね。
Ready on 0-2. Pulled high in the air out to left field. On the move is Chu. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. One left for Kansas City, and now the Rangers will get their shot in a scoreless ball game. Danny Duffy will do the pitching in Game 3 of the
こ
series.
こまで
What's your take on
リア
it,
ル
Dan?
な野
You
球
take
ゲ
a
ーム
look
な
at
いで
this
すからね。
guy's ERA. Any ERA under 4 is pretty good in this day and age of baseball when we have all these high-scoring, high-flying affairs. This guy knows how to pitch. He knows how to control the running game. And most importantly, he's not afraid to throw strikes. We'll see how he does in this one.
Stepping into the box, Logan Forsythe. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. First delivery to him on the way. And a fastball's in there for strike one. These Kansas City Royals entering play this afternoon, guys. 4-2 over their last 6 games, including a win last time out.
Yeah, Matty V, and you know what, D-Row, now I guess it's time where you push that go button. You're getting a little sense of urgency. They find themselves in 3rd place, and if they want to be part of the postseason picture, it's time to get going and
確
get
かに
going.
多分初めて
Yeah,
見
it's
た
taken
ら
too long for this team to carve out
びっ
any
くりするで
identity
しょう
for
ね。
themselves.
僕も
They're
初
gonna
め
have
て見
to
たとき
find a
に
way to get on a
何
roll,
これって思った。
offensively or pitch better. Something's got to change.
店頭でも見たときはびっくりしましたね、僕。こんなんできるんやと思って。
Now the 1-1 pitch. Takes a pass and misses. That's strike 2.
ケンさん
Great
こんばん
off-speed
はで。
pitch right there. He was definitely sitting fastball, wanted to turn and burn. Everything went flying. This pitcher might be on the attack with that pitch all game long.
Ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. Looked like the fastball got away from him there. It's ball 2.
確かにそれはね。
The 2-2 is looked at for ball 3. Odor is on deck. Now the 3-2 pitch. Fly ball out toward left center field. Heading after it is Phillips,
Nice.
and he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out. A moment now in Arlington to have a look at the Rangers starting lineup. Danny, any thoughts?
Matt, I'm looking to see if Sin-Soo Choo can turn it around. In the last 10 games, he's hitting under 250. He's a guy they need to hit a lot better than that because he's a big part of this ball club.
Digging in, Odor, and he's a guy looking to break
これ
out
で
in
も
a big way.
シリーズ
Hasn't been
めっ
getting
ちゃ
the
長いんで
results
すよね。
he or his club have been hoping for.
僕も初めて見たんが2012年の時なんで
Here
すよ。
comes the first pitch. Change up.
あの
Little
時
bit
まだ
inside,
PS3
1-0.
の時代やったんですけど、めちゃくちゃリアルでしたね、あれもね。
Ball and a strike.
You know, that can really be an effective pitch to a guy that has a lot of pop. They're up there looking for a fastball up in the zone.
それがね、7月18日についに発売なんですよ。初の PS4 版で。
Well, they'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now.
Two things pitchers really love: called strike threes and jamming hitters. How about that? Talk about that jam right there. That's about as good as it gets.
Ground ball right into the shift. Mondesi picks it up, and that's the second out.
That is third. The third baseman, number 21.
Striding in, Patrick Wisdom. No one aboard for him, and 2 gone here in the first.
もちろん横浜でやりますよ。
Oh, and a hearty cut there to begin the at bat. It's 0-1.
ほんまに待望の PS4 版なんで。さんまさんじゃないですか。こんばんはです。
And he fouls this one off.
確かに初めてですね。こっちでは。
Bases are empty here with 2 men out.
広坂さんのところでよくお見かけしますよ。
Off speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Well, that's a smart miss there. Sometimes guys will chase it down there, especially when they're in protect mode on an 0-2.
いい。
To short. Mondesi scoops it up. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as the side is retired. I think a few of these folks need to get out of the sun. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Digging in, Ryan O'Hearn. Comes in with a 6-game hitting streak to his credit, so he'll look to keep that rolling in this one.
Number 66.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
A great case of a manager sticking up for his pitcher right there and giving that
監督さん
umpire an
声出し
earful.
てますね。
He didn't get that pitch called the way he wanted it to, but the manager's planting a seed in that umpire's mind to try to expand the strike zone so some of those borderline pitches start to go his pitcher's way.
The 1-1. Lifted the other way to left center. Two giving chase. But he's not going to get this one. It's into the gap. And the Royals are going to get a man into scoring position right away.
Boy, after that base knock right there, D-Roll, he extends his hitting streak to 7 games.
Yeah, and you can tell he's made some necessary adjustments at the plate. Anytime you're getting a knock every day of the week, you're doing things right. He's keeping that front shoulder tucked, staying inside the ball, not trying to do too much.
First pitch coming. Here it is. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner. And that nearly broke our scoreless tie. Instead, it's a foul ball. The 0-1 on its way. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Pause, and the 0-2. Fastball got him looking.
So here's how the Rangers are positioned defensively. And let's take a look at second baseman Rougned Odor. Pound for pound, one of the strongest guys in the game. 30 home run potential, but a premium defender at second base. And if you don't slide properly into second base, he is going to let you know about it.
And that brings in Hunter Dozier. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for.
ああ、知識を捨てようと。
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a ball 1-0. O'Hearn leads off second with one gone in the inning. And this one's too far inside, ball 2.
まあでもこのメジャーはほんまに野球好きならおすすめですね。
3-0 now. Waiting his turn on deck is Alex Gordon. The 3-0 pitch is laid off, but in there for strike one. The 3-1. Swung on and missed, and that's a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
When you get yourself to a 3-1 count and you get a fastball, those are the ones you really want to punish. Couldn't get the bat on it, so we'll see if that comes back to haunt him.
The 3-2 pitch hit hard to the right. Foul.
ああ、大谷君しかわからない。
Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. And he looks at one that misses, and that's an excellent job of making his man throw a lot of pitches as he toughs out a walk.
And I'm pretty sure he thought that was a strike. He's thinking, what do I have to do? Put a bow on it? Walk it down and put it in the catcher's glove by myself? I think it got called a little outside, so he has to put it behind him now.
Coming to the plate now, Alex Gordon. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. Here comes the first pitch. And there's his strike right down the heart of the plate, 0-1.
So far, this has been a very good outing for this guy. Listen, he doesn't have the best stuff, but what he needs to do, and he's doing it right now, throwing strikes early, trying to initiate a lot of contact. The more pitches that the hitters see off this guy, the better chance they have to go ahead and square something. He needs to continue to and get some quick outs, attack the strike zone on the first and second pitch. Definitely a risky and aggressive play from the pitcher there, but he made it work out. They practice plays like that a lot in spring training, so it paid off this time.
Digging in now, Brett Phillips. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
まあでもプロスキー出るまではパワフルでも全然いけますね。
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Lays off 1-0.
ああ。まあ確かに大谷さんはもう有名ですよね。
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here, so the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
No score here as we play inning number 2. This is on the ground over the first. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. No runs and hit 2 left. On now to the bottom of the second, and we are tied 0-0. Here's the right fielder, Hunter Pence. And he's a guy who's been absolutely terrific over the last couple of series. Really swinging it well.
あ、でもこのピンチで抑えたから点取れるかもしれないですね。
First pitch of the at-bat.
うわー、落ちてる。間に合うか。アウト。これはちょっとビデオ判定してもらいますか。今のセーフちゃうんですか。アウトですか。ああ、微妙といえば微妙ですね。あ、もしかしたらセーフになるかも。 ここはちょっと
So here's the
判定
signal
して
from
も
the
らいま
bench,
しょう
and
か。
they will indeed ask for that play to be reviewed. So the umpires will get on the horn with the replay operations center in Manhattan and attempt to get a definitive answer on this play.
All right, we'll take one last look at
際
it
ど
here.
いっ
The
ちゃ
question
際
is,
どい
is there
けど、
enough
足の方が
video
速いような
evidence
気もす
to
るんです
change
け
the
ど、
call to safe? And wow, from that look at it, I think he
こ
did
れは
beat
セー
that
フか
throw.
もしれない
This
けど。
challenge might work out for him.
The decision
Oh,
appears
safe
to have
enough.
been made, and the runner is safe, so the call is overturned. Good challenge there, and they'll maintain the right to do so again later in the game if needed.
Has been overturned, and the batter moves safe.
見事にセーフでしたね。
Second-generation big leaguer Delino DeShields. 1 ball, no strikes to count. A runner at first with no outs here. Oh, pretty healthy hack that time. It's 1-1. Career numbers against Danny Duffy, pretty average results, 4 for 15. Now the 1-1 pitch. Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes.
おー
Just a bit high with the fastball, but didn't get the call.
今日はでも観客が結構入ってますね。
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Left side.
あー、
he
落とした
can't
落とした。
come up with it. And the throw
Oh.
won't be in time as he'll be able to beat out the
これは
recovery
助かり
throw
ま
at
した。
first. And this will go down as an E5 as you can see the exasperation in his face.
And through.
So following the error, it's now runners at first and second. And stepping in is the veteran shortstop, Elvis Andrews.
この間のとこガラガラでしたね。
Here it comes now to Andrews.
あ
Breaking ball for a strike.
あ、どっち
0-1.
も風に。
Pence takes his lead at second, and the pitch. There's the fastball that gets the lower part of the zone, called for a strike.
2 great pitches down in the zone. Interested to see where he goes now. Does he bounce something in the dirt? Does he go elevated fastball? A lot of options at hand right now.
ああ、弾いてる。
Off the
Oh,
catcher's
that's
glove as it
what it
rolls
was.
away. So now 2 men in scoring position.
When it rains, it pours
Ah.
sometimes, and it's a downpour right now.
まあ、
First
その
an
時に
error and
4
now
人
a
やと思うんです
fastball.
けど。
They really need to clean it up and start taking care of the baseball.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Line to the right
ライ
side.
ト
And
前
that's in there. Base hit. And the runner will score as the Rangers strike first to lead it 1-0.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter.
Yeah,
You
that's
know, you get that
huge.
base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%. Not trying to do too much. Able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
ああ、
Shin-Soo
結
Choo
構
at the
その
plate
辺はあ
now.
れです
As he
ね。
takes a cold strike at the knees. It's
白黒
0-1.
はっきりしてますね。
And here's a foul tip
Wow.
into the catcher's glove. Moves it to 0-2 now.
Hey, make a pitch right here and get out of this. Get the boys in the dugout and regroup a little bit. 1 run is not
あ
going
あ、
to
そ
kill
う
you.
いう設定もできるんですね。
2 quick strikes, and now the 0-2. And a
Yeah.
change up here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Weekly hit
これは真正面ですね。
one there on the first, and it's a double play.
まあまあまあ、でも1点は入りましたね。
That's one of the hardest double plays to turn right there because of the difficult throw the first baseman has to make. No problem this time, though, and they get the 2 outs they were looking for.
In now, Jeff Mathis. As he'll take a look at ball one. Mathis, a 36-year-old veteran. His contract is set to expire at the end of this season, so he may end up hitting the market this winter.
Yeah, Matty, it's going to be interesting to see where this guy lands at the end of this season. A lot of variables come into place. He's had a long career. It's going to be interesting to see if a team steps out past 1 or 2 years for this player.
Boy, he just looks locked in at the plate right now to me. His numbers in
昼
recent
間の
games
試合
have
も
been
また
very
いいで
good,
す
and
ね。
those were 2 stone-cold takes right there that put himself in a great hitter's count.
3-0 to him now. Here it is, the 3-0. He's in there for strike one. The 3-1. Here's a drive out
よっ
toward
しゃ、
left center
あっ
field.
ちに返した。
And this will kick off the wall now out near the 390 sign. And he is into second with a 2-out double.
Batting done.
And time will be called here as the pitching coach heads out to the mound and hopefully try and settle this guy down a bit. So next to the plate for Texas, Nomar Mazara, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Here's the first pitch to him. Change-up called strike
上
one.
ですね。
Breaking ball below the zone. That's ball one. Mathis stands at second with 2 gone. One and 2 now as that's in there at the knees. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Phillips is there for it, and that ends the inning. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error in the inning, and a runner left. We'll go now to the top of the 3rd. It's the Rangers 2 and the Royals nothing.
Back now at Globe Life Park, home of the Rangers, who've benefited from some solid pitching all season long. Entering the day, they rank in the upper echelon of several pitching categories, and that doesn't go unnoticed around the clubhouse. One of the position players told me, our pitching staff has a calming influence on the entire team. We know they're going to keep us in games, and flat out, they just get the job done, and that helps everyone play more relaxed and confident. It appears this group of pitchers is the cornerstone of this ball club, guys.
Thank you, Heidi.
The shortstop, Adalberto Mondesi.
He's set and the pitch. And he'll just fight this one off as it's chopped foul. Fouled away. There's a line drive out toward the gap in right center. Around first, digging for 2. And he will pull into second with a leadoff double.
Man, that's got the sting for the pitcher and his teammates. They just get on the board and are feeling good about themselves, looking for a shutdown inning so they can get some more runs on the board. But instead, this guy blasts a leadoff double. Getting that shutdown inning is going to be a lot tougher now.
Here's Chris Owings now, as he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike. No one out with a runner at second. Hit in the air down the right field line. On the move is Pence, and he makes the catch in the corner. And he'll make it up to third safely here with one away.
The batter number 50, second baseman.
Now to the plate, Whit Merrifield. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and I'm sure he'd like a base hit of some sort right here, Matty. But hey, you know what? Another fly out wouldn't be all that bad. If he can get it deep enough, he should be able to drive in a nice run with sac fly.
Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
フェンスギリギリでしたね。
A man at third with one away. Takes this the other way to right.
これはもう1点入るでしょう。
Here's the runner breaking from
あら、
third.
同じとこないました
And the
ね。
runner from third scores as they try and work their way back
まあ
into
でも
this
どっ
one.
ちにしろ足速いんでね、あれは無理ですね。
Well, that wasn't your standard sac fly hit. It was hit pretty low and hard, so it wasn't a given they were going to send it. But they did, and they add a number to
あ
the
の
run
足
column.
じゃさすがに勝てない。
So bases are empty here with two gone. And up next, a former World Series
なんか変
hero,
な感じでしたね。
Salvador Perez. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Grounded back
う
up
わ
the
ー、見
middle.
てた。
And the inning will continue as that's through for a two-out hit.
You know, Dero, the old school thinking sometimes is when you're going through a bad streak like this guy, any way you can get on a little jam shot, even though it wasn't pretty, maybe this could get this guy finally going.
Yeah, I can't tell you how good that had to feel right there. There's moments where you slap that donut off your bat, you don't even want to walk to home plate. You're scuffling so bad.
Standing in now, Ryan O'Hearn. As he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball, 0-1.
As a hitter right here, you have to tell yourself, I can't get too big. Don't let the moment get away from me. A nice bullet in the gap gets the job done in this situation.
ああ、ケントさん、こんばんはです。お疲れ様です。ああ、ありがとうございます。
Here comes the 0-1. Just got a piece of it as it's fouled back. Perez is off at first with two away. Flipped out the other way towards short. Throw on the third gets him, and the side is retired.
ああ、仕事中です
On
か。
two hits here for KC. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. The Rangers lead it 2-1. Back to the top of the order now. And up next, the veteran middle infielder Logan Forsythe.
Logan Forsythe.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Now here's a slider that can't quite get back to the outside corner. It's ball one. The 1-0. That's softly hit to right. Will that get down? Merrifield is under it. Makes the play. One away. So with one gone in the inning, time for a check of the American League Central standings as you see where the Royals sit entering play today. So the bases are empty with one man gone. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Rougned Odor. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Low for ball one. And he broke the plane of the plate there. He most certainly did. It's a ball and a strike. 1-1. Doesn't catch the outside corner. It's a ball.
結構この左のピッチャーってなんかこう手が出やすいんですよね。逃げていく球が。
Now the 2-1 is swung out and missed for strike number 2. A 2-1 score here as we play inning number 3. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
With how hard guys throw these days, 94 miles an hour is good,
こ
but
れは見
not as
事に
impressive as
やら
it
れ
used
ま
to
し
be.
たね。
Professional hitters can catch up with that, so it's all about setting the fastball up with good off-speed stuff to make it look more effective, and that's exactly what he did right there.
Into the box now, Patrick Wisdom. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole 0-2 now.
Yeah, Matty, not only is this guy using all 4 quadrants, he's elevating, getting their eye level up with a quality fastball.
Still no balls and 2 strikes.
Hey, if he's going to offer at a fastball above the zone, why don't you just continue to climb the ladder? Don't be shocked if he goes even higher with this next pitch.
Swing and a miss.
Wow.
Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Rangers as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. Start of the 4th upcoming, but first, Heidi Watney standing by with a report.
Well, Matt, Royals manager Ned Yost talked with me between innings about his lineup's offensive production, and overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said he's been really happy with how many balls they've hit hard and on a line. Looking at the numbers, they've had 7 total line drives, and even though some of those have resulted in outs, he says it's that kind of consistent contact that leads to W's in the standings.
Thank you, Heidi. Striding forward now is the DH, Brian Goodwin. He'll begin things here against Jason Hamill. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he gets ahead with the curveball. Strike 1. And it's 1-1. Ready with the 1-1. Hit sharply toward the right side. Pence is there, and he has it for the out.
Up next.
So with that, let's call on the guys in the graphics department to put up the pitch speed comparison for the 2 starters. Both guys pretty close. Top speeds of 95 and 94. Ready for another chance? Hunter Dozier drew a base on balls his first time up. First delivery to him on the way. And they start him out with a slider in good spot, but he doesn't get the call. 1-0. Now the 1-0 is a slider looked at and called a strike. Oh, they'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now. And he's able to fight this one off foul to the right, and the count will hold at 1-2.
フリーランス。いや、専属とかはないと思うんですけどね。
Another 1-2 delivery and another foul ball. fourth inning of a 2-1 ball game. Line to the right side, but he'll barely have to move out there and right as he hauls this one in for the second out.
これアウェーでもホームでも必ずあの人なんですよね、レポーターは。相手のレポーターとかはいないですね。
And that'll bring up the veteran left-handed hitting outfielder Alex Gordon. First pitch coming, here it is. High in the air out towards shallow right. Pence has it in his sights, and that ends the inning. KC down in order. Our score remains 2-1. Just about set to go for the last of the fourth, but before we do that, here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, I talked with the Rangers manager during the inning break about the team's offensive production to this point, and flat out he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. It's still pretty early in the game, but they've seen a lot of pitches already, and he thinks the 2 runs they've pushed across so far is just the beginning, given the quality of the at-bats they're putting together.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. Settling in now, Hunter Pence. Set to lead us off in the home half of the fourth inning.
Hunter Pence.
どうなんでしょうね。
Here comes the first pitch. Takes this the other way to right. This is right at him in right field as he hardly has to move to take it in for the first out.
Jumped all over that first pitch of the inning, and he didn't miss it. Just wasn't able to steer it in a direction that resulted in a leadoff hit.
どうなんでしょうね。その辺はちょっとわかんないですね。
Stepping in now, Delino DeShields. Oh, look out! Hot shot to third, and there are 2 away.
Number 1, shortstop, Elvis Andrus.
Here's Elvis Andrus now, looking to follow up the RBI single from his first at-bat. Here it comes now to Andrus. And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1.
Oh, I just don't understand that swing. The first 2 guys made outs on just 1 pitch. What are they doing up there?
確かにね。
Andrus in an 0-2 hole here.
さっぱりわからないですね。
And no errors in the contest for the Rangers so far. Line to the right side. And that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out.
As we take a look at the pitch count, you can see that it's not that high, but you have to wonder maybe if the heat is taking it out of this guy a little bit. The weather can be the great equalizer, especially when the temps are starting to rise like this.
Standing in, Shin-Soo Choo. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
1-1.
And that's up and in for ball 1. Fouled off. So 1-1 home. Merrifield right there to take the routine throw and retire the side. 1 left for Texas. They lead it 2-1. In now, Brett Phillips. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. In there at the knees. Strike one.
You can tell this offense is getting frustrated, but this might be one you have to shower off. When a guy's locating like this, fastball at the knees and to both corners, it's going to be tough for them to do anything with it.
Nope, outside.
Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. Good breaking ball there, laid off for the second strike.
Hey, I couldn't tell from up here if the hitter was taken all the way or sitting fastball and just got knee buckled. Either way, that was a really good curveball right there. Move on to the next pitch, but have that in the back of your mind.
The 1-2. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. And the fifth inning will start with a ground out, one away.
Well executed two-seamer on the outside corner that time, and that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
So it's back to the top of the order now.
Yep,
Striding toward the plate next will be Adalberto Mondesi. He's set. Here it comes. And that misses for ball one.
Well, that's a pretty good pitch right there, that backdoor slider. That's a very difficult pitch to throw, and particularly throw for a strike. Just missed that outside corner right there, but a good pitch and a tough take there by the hitter.
1-1 to count. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Line drive to center field.
外野はまだ結構わかるんですけどね。内野がだいぶ薄暗くなってますね。
Ready for another shot now. Chris Owings. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. First delivery to him on the way.
Wow.
Line drive. That's going to be trouble. And this one will bounce into the wall. And he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone. So a 2-out double here gives him some new life here in this 5th inning. And as you can see there on the lower part of your screen, that total places him 3rd best on this Royals ball club. So striding in, Whit Merrifield, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Rolled slowly down the third baseline. Owings at second with 2 down. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
All right, as a hitter right here, you got to know if he's throwing you tough pitches, he does not want to miss over the heart of the plate. That's when you step out, regroup, maybe sit over the heart of the plate, knowing that he's trying to execute so well, he might miss right down the middle.
A ball and 2 strikes now. 1-2. Here it is. Curveball just about brung him up, but it's to 2-2.
He still might be looking for that release point on that curveball early in this outing. That one looked like it popped out of his hand behind his ear instead of out front. We'll see if he finds that pitch because it'll be important for him.
なんかあれ塗ったら眩しくなくなるとか
2-2. Here it
見た
is.
ことあるような。
Bouncer to the left side. And nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. Danger averted following the 2-out double. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. At the plate, Jeff Mathis. He'll lead things off as we begin the home 5th.
Jeff.
結構みんな乗ってますね。
Here comes the first pitch. High in the air out to center field. Phillips is there for it. 1 away.
Now batting, center fielder, no ball.
ほんまに眩しくないんですかね、あれ。
In now the power-hitting outfielder Nomar Mazara comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Duffy sets. Here comes the first pitch. Now the fastball is swung on and missed. Fifth inning, 2-1 our score.
ピッチャーの準備をしてきますわ。
The 0-1 on its way. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1, and it's fouled away.
Ah, プロ。はーい。うわ。
Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2-2.
Tough to take a pitch like that right there, especially in a 1-2 count. You almost get in that auto swing mode. Great job to work the count back to even.
2-2. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Moving under it, owing. 2 down.
The batter, the first baseman, Logan Forsythe.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Logan Forsythe. 0 for 2 for him to this point. First offering on its way. Tried to check it, and it's 0-1. Now here it comes. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Gordon is there. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Rangers set down in order. They still lead it 2-1. Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. Due up for the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, and they're hoping that this is the part of the lineup that can get something going.
Yeah, only 1 run on the board so far for them. They just haven't had consistently good at bats.
Sean Kelly will come out and take the ball here as he'll be making his 15th appearance of the year.
Number 27, Sean Kelly.
First pitch of the at-bat. And here's a called strike at the knees. Don't think he liked that one too much, but it's 0-1. The pitch. Good deception on the slider there as he's way out in front.
So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
Normally not a good pitching plan to throw the same hitter the same pitch 3 times in a row, but both of those sliders back-to-back were so good, I might just go ahead and try to throw another one.
The 0-2 once more, and he fouls this one off. another 0-2.
Yeah.
Ball hit to Andrus at short. Scooped up. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the sixth.
The bat, number 66.
Into the box now, Ryan O'Hearn. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. First delivery to him on the way. Hit hard on the ground to the right. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
Pitcher's got to stay on his toes right there. You never know who in this lineup is going to pull out the old ambush. Knock to right there.
Now a throw over, and the runner will get back standing. Next batter to the plate, Brian Goodwin, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Set. Here's the 0-1. Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called a strike anyway. Nothing in 2 now.
He had some really good late action on that slider right there. It's hard to do anything with that pitch unless you're sitting on it and catch it out front before it breaks all the way in.
Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
In a double play situation, you kind of expect most pitches to be down in the zone, hoping for a ground ball. So that was an interesting pitch selection to go up in the zone. I think he caught him off guard a little bit.
In now, Hunter Dozier. He'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. Dozier playing here in his home state of Texas. He was selected in the first round back in the draft of 2013.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on a superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has, nice pick.
Swing and a ground ball to third. Little pitch and catch chance for Odor at second base, and that'll do it. Royals leave 1. They're down 2-1. Stepping in, Rougned Odor. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far.
The second baseman, Rougned Odor.
First pitch on its way.
Nope.
A ball and no strikes.
Count
Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. The 1-0 is looked at for ball number 2.
Boy, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, you have to make sure it's up above the zone like that. He can't do a whole lot with that, but if it were a little lower, he can and will make you pay big time.
The 2-0 pitch. Now he starts to chase a pitch outside, and he can't pull the bat back in time. It's strike 1. Now the 2-1. And he gets around on one and hits it high and deep to straightaway right. And this one is gone. A home run. It's a solo shot here for Rougned Odor. Number 10 for him on the year. And it gives the Rangers a 3-1 lead.
This guy's hot right now. Hit a bomb yesterday and hit another tape measure shot today. When he gets hot, he hits them in bunches. This could be the beginning of one of those extended hot streaks.
Now back, number 21.
Into the box, Patrick Wisdom. Skied into straightaway right.
Oh.
Gordon on the move. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning.
Now batting, right fielder, Hunter. 10.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Hunter Pence. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line-out.
Yeah, Matty, but as he walks to the plate right here, he feels good building off that last AB. He hit that ball on the screws.
Now here it comes. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Owings is over. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
The batter, number 3, designated hitter, Delino DeShields.
So 2 away for the Rangers here in the 6th. And up to bat next, Delino DeShields. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Strike taken as that one crosses over the inside part of the plate. Three runs, 5 hits, and no errors in the contest for the Rangers so far. And they go away here. It's a called strike, 0-2.
Hey, nice job of bouncing back after the leadoff homer. 2 quick outs after the bomb, and he's got a chance to get out of this.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Well below the knees, laid off on the changeup there.
As a hitter, you got to be staunch in your game plan. You know he has a nasty changeup, and you got to fight to make sure it's in the zone. That's a great take.
Now a swing and a fly ball. Going after it is Gordon. And no one will track it down. The 1-2. Misses. Ball 2. 2 out, nobody on. Line to the right side. They'll whip this one first in time, and that ends the inning. Rangers pick up a run here on the solo home run. 8, 9, and top of the order coming up to start the 7th. It's now 3-1 Texas. Welcome back to Arlington. The Rangers on top in this one as we get a look at our game summary through the first 6 innings of play. Striding into the box, Alex Gordon. No hits to this point.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast. They could certainly use that right now.
Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here 0-1. That's lifted the other way out to left. Chu on the run. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out.
The center fielder, number 14, Brett Phillips.
Digging in once again, Brett Phillips. He's rolled into groundouts a couple of times already here in the ballgame. Here's the first pitch to him. Too low, 1-0.
Ball 1, no strike.
We're in the 7th inning with a good finish brewing. 3-1 our score. Swing and a miss as he ramps up on the fastball. 1-1. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Now a half swing, but it's strike three anyway, says the home plate umpire, and that's out number 2.
You know, I'm not quite sure how that strikeout will be scored, looking or swinging. He tried to check his swing, but I'm pretty sure the home plate umpire was ringing him up regardless.
Into the box now, Adalberto Mondesi. As he'll look at a slider that runs in too far for ball 1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Here it comes, 1-0. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. This is pulled into right. Hence is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Royals go down 1-2-3. Score holds. It's 3-1. Kevin McCarthy gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Kevin McCarthy.
So stepping in, Elvis Andrews will try and get something started in the home half of the 7th.
Elvis Andrews.
Here it comes now to Andrews. Too much dip on the sinker, laid off for a ball. Called strike at the knees, 1-1. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul.
初球はでもなんかこう、うとうとしてきますね。
The 1-2. Swing and a weak little line drive over to first. But no problem at first, and that's the first out.
Up next for the Rangers, the left fielder, Shin-Soo Choo.
At the plate, Shin-Soo Choo. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. First pitch coming. Here it is. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. The windup and the 0-1. He couldn't pull that one back as he clearly broke the plane of the plate, and that'll be ruled a strike. Might have been looking to find that outside corner, but he couldn't quite get it there. It's 1-2.
You know, there aren't many guys that could just spit on an 0-2 pitch like that. Maybe it fooled him. We won't ever know, but it worked out.
The 1-2. A sinker that misses for a ball. Bases are empty, 1 man out. He pulls this one into right. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
You think there's any justice in the game? Watch those 2 at bats. Both of them hit on the absolute screws. One's right at one guy, and then one's the same. Go figure.
Standing in now, Jeff Mathis. As he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. One and 2 to the Rangers catcher. Chu leads off first with one away. Well off the plate with the change of pace. That's ball 2. Ball 3. 3-2 now.
We could see the runner in motion here on a 3-2 count with one out. There's a pretty good chance he's going to get a pitch to swing at, and if not, it's ball 4 anyways.
Now the payoff pitch home. Too close for comfort, and he did a good job just to make contact. And he looks at a sinker for a called third strike, and now they're 2 gone.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Now in the box, Nomar Mazara. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. From the stretch. First pitch here is a sinker that runs a bit too wide. It's ball 1. Called strike at the knees. Evens the count at 1-1. One pitch is a sinker taken for his strike 1 and 2.
He's looking pretty passive here, hitting with a chance to drive in a run. Going to have to make something happen with 2 strikes now.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for the ball. 2 out with a man at first. Now here's a comebacker back to the mound. And he'll flip it onto first, and with it, that ends the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. 8th inning coming up. It's the Rangers 3 and the Royals 1. Now at the plate, Chris Owings. And to start out the inning, it looks like they've decided to stick with the same reliever out there, Dan.
They have, Matt. I think the way he pitched the last inning kind of inspired that. But it's not uncommon for relief pitchers to have troubles after they sit and watch their guys swing the bat a bit. We'll see if he stays as sharp as he was before.
First pitch on its way. And looks like he got the call there on the pitch inside. It's 0-1.
Tying run stands on deck, but it'll only matter if the guy in the box can get on base.
Yeah, and that has to be his mentality at the plate right now, Matt. He can't be the hero, so he needs to do what he can to give the guy behind him a chance to be the guy.
Now the 0-1. Drilled right back up the middle. And that's in there for a base hit, his 3rd hit of the game. With that, the Royals have their leadoff hitter aboard to start out the inning.
Yeah, that hard hit single right there, that's clean. With 3 for 4, he's looking locked in.
At the plate, Whit Merrifield. He represents the potential tying run if he can launch one or find a way around the bases.
Yeah, Matt, I kind of doubt he's thinking about going yard, even though that would be the best result they could hope for. He's not a long ball threat, and he knows it, so he could just be looking for some way to keep that line moving.
Set and the pitch. And he takes a pitch that's ruled a strike at the knees. Pretty liberal strike zone there. It's 0-1. 8th inning of this low scoring affair. 3-1 our score. The 0-1 on its way. Slapped hard the opposite way. And that's in for a base hit. Make it a 1 for 3 game so far. And And now they'll have runners at the corners to start off the inning.
It's so important, Mark, to start to make quality pitches, and if you don't, this is what can happen. 2 batters, 2 base hits, first and third, nobody out.
Yeah, and you just got to prepare yourself as an offensive player. You're just trying to get the runner in from third. You can't worry about creating a monster inning. Do your job.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Salvador Perez, and their runners at the corners now. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1.
Well, the Royals have been searching for that big hit pretty much all game. It remains to be seen if they can get it, but now sure would be a great time.
The 0-1 delivery. And a fastball just misses. It's 1-1.
Here he is in his 3rd inning of work out of the pen, which isn't all that common these days. And he's looking a little off right now. These guys aren't used to getting this much work in a single game anymore.
So 1-1 home. And he gets a piece of this one to foul it toward the backstop. The 1-2. And this is popped up near second base. Odor over to his right, looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Now batting, number 66.
So next to the plate for the Royals, Ryan O'Hearn. It was a single for him in his last at-bat. From the stretch, here's the pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. The catch is made by Chu. Here comes the runner for home. And the run will score from third to make this a 3-2 ball game. So here's the Royals DH, Brian Goodwin, 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him at this point in the ball game.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
So they'll make a matchup move here and bring on a southpaw to face the left-handed hitter due up. First pitch of the at-bat. Fastball on the first pitch, and it's taken for strike one. Merrifield leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. Changed up on him and dropped it in for a called strike.
That's back-to-back pitches taken for strikes. Puts himself in a bad spot. 0-2. Let's see if he can battle back in this inning.
Fouled away.
Little guessing game going on right now. Being late on that fastball after the change. He had to be sitting off speed right there.
The next 0-2. Freezes it. Strikeout looking. It's a run on 2 hits here for KC. Home half of the 8th, straight ahead. The Rangers on top here, 3-2. Billy Hamilton will stay in the ballgame now and take over in left field.
Now playing left field, Number 6.
Willie Peralta will come on and make his 4th appearance in this campaign. Now back to the top of the lineup, stepping in, Logan Forsythe. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Fastball here as we'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. And a fastball here that's taken for ball 2. The 2-0. Line hard to the left side, but foul. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2. The 2-2. Count remains 2-2. Ready with another 2-2. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue.
Might have been cheating for another fastball, trying to get the head to that one early. Pitcher pulled the string with a nasty breaking ball and had him a little bit out in front.
And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
People always talk about how important getting the leadoff man on base is, and it's true. So in the 8th inning of a 1-run game, that's a really nice job of attacking a hitter and sending him packing.
So 1 gone now in the Texas half of the 8th. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Rougned Odor.
Yeah, in his last at-bat, he hit a changeup out for a home run. So it'll be interesting this AB to see if they give him a steady diet of fastballs.
No balls and a strike to count. Action in that KC pen now as a right-hander's begun to loosen up. This one, everything we could have hoped for. 3-2 in inning number 8. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Peralta is a guy that you'll notice attacks hitters with a high-velocity slider. Not the old sweeper. He really fires it in there and snaps off big numbers. And he lays off for a ball. 2-1. The 2-1 home. He pulls this one into right. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting, number 21.
Now batting, Patrick Wisdom. Not providing much out of the 3-hole in this one. Hitless in 3 at-bats so far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hit hard on the ground to second. Diving effort there, but it'll come up empty. It's a base hit.
Now batting, the right fielder, Hunter.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Hunter Pence. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Trying to jam him with the first pitch slider, but it's in a bit too tight for ball 1. Oh, and not a swing for the bubblegum card there. It's 1-1.
Hey, he gets a pass right there for that ugly swing. He's been having a monster season. Take a step out of the box, regroup. He'll get right back in this A group.
The 1-1. Takes a pitch for strike number 2.
I got to count 1 and 2.
A runner on first with 2 away. And the slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2. The 2-2 is laid off, and the count runs full.
Good running count right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. He'll be off to the races on this pitch.
Ball 4,
misses
down.
for ball 4. So that's going to move a runner into scoring position now with 2 away.
Oh, man, I think this walk is going to grind at him for a bit. He just missed, and now the inning continues with the man in scoring position.
To the plate now is the designated hitter, Delino DeShields. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind it, because none of that matters if he can clutch up when it really counts.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1.
This is a critical point right here. Things are in danger of getting away from him a little, so we'll see how he deals with it.
Wisdom at second. Pence on at first with 2 down. And come and gone now as the inning is over. Rangers leave a pair, but they still lead it 3-2. Chesler Cuthbert will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run.
Number 19, Chesler Cuthbert.
Jose Leclerc comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the 9th. And we kick off the 9th inning with a swinging strike here, 0-1.
ようやく最終回ですね。
And he misses with it, 1-1. And he looks at one in there, 1-2.
That's 3 straight sliders in a row. I'd be shocked. I would be shocked if he went to that well a 4th time. I'd be looking deep.
The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him.
Hey, I'm not sure what he was sitting on right there. Might have been sitting on an off-speed pitch, but instead he gets the fastball way late. Had no chance to put that ball in play.
Stepping in now, Alex Gordon fouled off. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. hit in the air out to center field. Mazzara has a beat on it. 2 gone.
Up next to the Royals, the center fielder,
Brett Phillips will bat next. He was punched out looking at strike 3 last time through.
Yeah, Matty, and hopefully he got it out of his system. Especially now, he's got to bear down. He gets the 2 strikes in this spot, has to put the ball in play.
First delivery to him on the way.
Ball 1, no strike.
Fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. And it's a called strike to even the count at 1. Now the 1-1 pitch. And this is swung on and missed. So with that, they find themselves down to their final strike here this afternoon. Crowd nearing 50,000 on its feet here in Arlington. And it's a 2-2 count to Brett Phillips. KC down to their final strike in this one. 3-2, a full count to the Royals center fielder.
Time to narrow your focus up there at the plate. In a 1-run game, he doesn't want to walk you, so there's a good chance he's going to get something to handle right here.
1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Now this will rattle up against the wall. And hold all tickets now as the tying run gets into scoring position with a 2-out double.
And if you're the manager, you've got to love that about your team. They were down to their last strike, but they refused to go down without a fight, so they lived to fight some more.
In now, Adalberto Mondesi. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. They'll go to work on getting that tying run home from second. One ball, one strike to count. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Set and the 1-1 swing and a miss, and they're up against it now as they're down to the final strike of the afternoon. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. Struck him out, so he'll strand the second. Great job of working out of trouble as this ball game is over.
Yeah, and in this game, you always try to find a way to be hopeful. They win the first game of a new month and are now looking to keep it rolling the rest of the way.
A 1-run game this afternoon, 3-2 the final finish. Texas took the lead in the second inning and rode that until the very end. Jason Hamill earns win number 4 on the season. Danny Duffy pitched well, allowing only 2 earned, but ends up taking the loss. Jose Leclerc earns the save out of the bullpen, his 13th of the year. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Pizak, Heidi Watney down on the field, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. Thanks for watching MLB Network.
Final line score for our ball game this afternoon. First for the victorious Rangers, 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors. They left 5 men on base. The winning pitcher is Jason Hamill. His record is now 4-6. The loss goes to Danny Duffy. He falls to 2-5. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 56 minutes. Our paid attendance this afternoon at Globe Life Park, 48,114. The Rangers thank you for attending and remind you to please drive home safely.
ああ。食後はどうしてもね、うとうとくるんですよね。最後はでも、三振で終わりましたね。なんかもらいましたか。今んとこまあまあ、3ゲーム差で1位でいってますね。あとはもう1試合やって、1泊休んでからの20連勤ですね。こっからがまた勝負ですね。よっしゃ、さあ終わりますか。こっから長いっすよね、ほんまに。ああ。 疲れ様です。はーい。ではでは、お疲れ様でした。